Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video here I'm going to be talking to you about one of my favorite farming locations in the entire game, Andorhal. So this location is right here in Western Plaguelands, pretty much smack dab in the middle of it, and the enemies here are all in their mid-50s. There's quite a few of them that are pretty challenging and quite a few of them that are extremely squishy. Like these Searing Ghouls here, they have an AoE Fire Blast that I can actually show you, as well as a Flame Shock, and they do a lot more damage than the other enemies in the area. But on the same note, they're also a lot more squishy than the enemies in the area. There's the AoE Fire Blast, and as you can see, it took away at least like 600-700 health on everybody in my group. And they also have that Fire Pulse that you can see, and he's spamming the Fire Blast again. They have quite a bit of damaging abilities. These are the worst and hardest enemies you're going to be fighting in Andorhal, the Searing Ghouls. Now, other ones like the Skeleton Executioners right there, not too hard to kill. They don't do anything very unique aside from melee attacks. Same with the Soulless Ghouls. You want to avoid these towers at pretty much all costs, because inside of them there is an elite guard right there, the Skeletal Warlord. He'll be very difficult to kill. He hits very, very hard. So you'll have to keep that in mind before engaging him. Or just avoid him altogether. Another thing you want to keep in mind or keep in the lookout for is all of the chests that spawn throughout Andorhal. Once you find one, remember its location because it has a chance of spawning there again. There's at least 6 to 7 locations that I have seen throughout Andorhal for chests to spawn. And chests have basically, I'm pretty sure they're the highest level chests you can find in the open world, solid chests or whatever the frig they're called. So they have basically, everything that a chest would normally have in it. I'm going to show you the middle area here, which is another area that you want to kind of watch out for, because it has a lot of elites and Araj. As you can see, Araj the Summoner, he's used for quite a few quests in Andorhal. And he's guarded by Skeletal Warlords, as well as a whole bunch of other packs of enemies. People are going to be killing him all the time, and when somebody does kill him, instead of it giving you like credit for just the group that killed him, he drops a Flaherty shard on the ground that you'll be able to open up, and everybody in the area will get credit. So if you see somebody killing Araj, it's not a bad idea to stop by and give them a hand if you have the quest too, even if they have the like gray quest credit on the mob. Up here is a portion of Andorhal that isn't as towny, and it's much more spaced out with the farms. This might be a better area to, for a lot of you to farm that are ranged classes, due to the fact that you have quite a bit of range up here to do basically whatever you want. And the enemies are spaced out and all of that fun stuff. So that's pretty much all there is to explain about Andorhal. I'll go over the loot. Basically the same stuff you would expect from any mobs this level will be dropping. Rune Cloth, Silver, a bunch of gray items, a bunch of green items. The greens you can disenchant into Greater Eternal Essences or Illusion Dust, which I would strongly recommend you do if you are an enchanter, or if you can find an enchanter to do it for you. As far as mines go, you'll find some small thorium as well as mithril. Mithril will be more common in this area than the thorium will. And as far as herbs go, Arthas tears are going to be the most common ones that you find here, along with plague blooms. The occasional golden sandsam you can probably find on the outskirts of this area, along with dreamfoil, and I know there's one I'm missing. I always miss at least one. But that gets pretty much the whole gist of them. Now, the reason that I like Andorhal so much for farming is because the enemies here are all extremely, extremely squishy. You'll be able to get very high kills per hour, which will result in very high gold per hour. Also, the enemies are high enough level that they're going to drop some of the best in slot epic items for pre-rates. And those epic items will stay best in slot for the entire game, which means they will hold value and technically only go up in value as more gold inflates the auction house. Some of the items that I'm talking about are stuff like Edgemaster's Handguards, or I'm pretty sure Boots of Avoidance can also drop here. And for anybody who would like to see my write-up on this location, Here's the page on my website. I'll be putting the link to the page on my website in the description of the video. And to go over one of the items, or to go over the epic and blue items before I end the video, let's look up one of these guys on Wowhead. Hydraulic armor. That's not too bad for tanks that want fire resistance gear that don't have anything better. Also, this actually just occurred to me. During the Hollow's End event, you'll be able to also get pumpkin bags from farming here. Very low drop rate, and they only drop during the Hollow's End event, which is mid to end October. So keep that in mind. That's another bonus for hunting here. As far as some of the epics, as you can see here, you got the Stockade Pauldrons, Shadow Blade, Glowing Brightwood Staff, Eye of Flame. Of course, all of these are extremely low chance to drop. So don't expect them if you're farming here, basically. But it's always nice to get them if they do drop. Also, Enchant Bracer, Greater Stamina. That's something you'd be able to sell in the auction house for a decent amount. Some of these patterns probably will sell, up to you if you would like to sell them. But that's pretty much all there is to it. I would argue that out of all the locations you can farm in the open world, Andorhal is one of the best ones. And, of course, I haven't mentioned it yet, even though I probably should have. If you're working on Argent Dawn reputation, this is the place to get a lot of it. Minion Scourge Stones and Invader Scourge Stones will drop here, and you'll be able to turn them in at the Argent Dawn guy for reputation. And for those who don't know, Argent Dawn gives you shoulder enchants, as well as in the future during Phase 4 and Phase 5, you'll also be able to get spell power and healing, I'm pretty sure, bracer enchants. They're not currently in the game, though, which is a big bummer. But it won't hurt raising Argent Dawn reputation now in anticipation to buy them later. That's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Best of luck with epic drops, and I'll see you around the next video.